Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm all calmed down. Just wanted to make another recap video uh, from our game against the Bulls last night. If y'all had watched the game, it was a pretty tough watch. Um, starting off, if we see here, starting off in the first and the second quarter, it was pretty much a blowout. We were just getting whatever we wanted in the first half, which was good to see because, like y'all know, we're more of a third quarter, second half team this season, especially a third quarter team. We pretty much always have a great third quarter and seem to put up 30 plus and usually cut into whatever deficit that we have coming into the third. But if y'all see right here, first quarter we put up 29 to their 20, so we're already up 9 in the first quarter. Uh, Steph Castle had a disgusting windmill dunk on the breakaway. I'm yelling at my TV in my living room here. We're pumped up and we're feeling good when the first quarter ends. And then going into the second, kind of just more of the same. We put up 36. They put up 30. So we're up by 15 points going into the third quarter. Um, Everyone's playing pretty well up to this point. Everyone on the Bulls is playing badly, it seems like. And then, yeah, if you weren't watching again, we're just getting whatever we want. We're getting all these offensive rebounds. They have no paint defense. It seems like we're just getting whatever we want in the paint. Easy layups, easy threes, easy everything. Then we go into the third, and we didn't have a bad third quarter. We still put up 30 points. They outscored us by 2, so of course they have the 32. But then it's a 13-point game going into the fourth. I grabbed a pint of ice cream out of my freezer. Knew the game wasn't over yet, but I'm sitting here eating ice cream, ready for us to put them away because I thought it was about to come. I thought we were about to put together, a full four quarters and actually just dominate a team and blow them out because we definitely dominated the first half, and then even by the end of the third, we're still up 13, so we're still in control of the game. Um, but what's tough to see though is they just seem to stay around 15 to 10 points. They're just staying there. We pushed it up to 19 at a couple of different points. Um, I'm just waiting for us to slam the door. I thought we were going to jump up 25, 30 points and just really, really put the game away and put them to bed. But, we just weren't able to do it. My channel's still pretty new right now, but I've been a Spurs fan my whole life. I'm 31 now. And back in our prime Tim Duncan days, you get spoiled as a Spurs fan. We don't realize um, how lucky we were, I guess, looking back to just win 50 plus games every single season. It was like it was a given. Um, and then, watching regular season games back then, we're just blowing teams out by 20, 25 points. It seems like every time we would win back then. I remember back in those days, if we get up 20, 22 points on you, the game was over back then. No one was, I don't want to say no one, some teams would, but 95% of the time you're not coming back. Once we get up 20, we're going to go up 25, go up 30, and just slam the door and put the game away. But yeah, going into the fourth, um, we were still up 13, but we only have 15 points in the fourth, where they have 32 points. And yeah, I'm still kind of in disbelief, honestly. Don't really know what happened. It felt like we were in control the first three quarters, and we were in control. Um, but then, yeah, we missed a couple of free throws in the fourth. It seemed like they started hitting some threes. Zach LaVine had a pretty nasty crossover step back three on Wemby, and then I know Coby White had a step back, I think, to cut the game to 3. I think even a little earlier than that, Zach LaVine had a fast break 3 where he's coming in, he hits a quick in and out and just pulls up and drains a big 3 on the fast break just to get them closer. Um, but yeah, Coby White was their player of the game. You see up here, he made that go-ahead layup with 40 seconds left, and they only led for 40 seconds the whole game. Um, so yeah, he had a pretty nice crossover. Hit a quick layup on Wemby, got it off the glass. Wemby couldn't block it, and then I think it's the very next possession. Coby White gets in the paint and freaking posterizes Wemby. You hate to see it, but I'm a Spurs fan, but I'm a basketball fan too, and that was a nasty dunk. People say he quick dunked him or whatever. Maybe it wasn't a poster, but yeah, Wemby definitely got dunked on. So that hurt to see there. Um, yeah, we just couldn't put together the full 4 quarters, the whole game, like we've been kind of waiting to see all season. We've only done that maybe once or twice all season, where we put together a full game of just four really good quarters, and then just blow a team out by 20 plus. Um, Bulls are 17-19. We're 18-18. I heard some people saying Bulls are trash. We're gonna blow out the Bulls and this and that, and that was kind of my mindset coming into the game. But it's not a big difference in record. We're 18-18, so we're exactly at 500. um, we've been playing really good lately. Honestly, we've beaten some good teams. We split with Denver on the back-to-back. Um, I mean, we're looking really good. I guess I was kind of a prisoner of the moment. A lot of people were about us possibly being able to make it into the 7 or 8 seed. Um, I think we still can make 7, 8, 9 or 10 seeds to get into the play-in tournament if that's what we really want to do. But now I'm just looking at it and kind of thinking about it. It's like, do we even want to make it into the play-in tournament? Because we're right there. We're right there to where we could put together some good games and get up to the 7 or the 8 seed. But at the same time, we could just lose a couple games and drop down to the 11, 12 seed. And then, where I'm at right now, I'm kind of thinking maybe we should just lose a couple games. And I don't want to use the word tank, but I don't want to say throw the season away either. But I mean, when it comes down to it, being a Spurs fan, grew up in San Antonio my whole life, still live in San Antonio. The best thing for us to do would be finish around the 12 seed, honestly, 13 seed. Almost the lower the better. I hate to say it, and then get one of those lottery picks if we can. I don't really see us getting Cooper Flag or Ace Bailey. That might be a long shot. But there's just a lot of good guys coming up in the draft, and if we can get one of those guys to pair, with Wemby, Steph Castle, Sohan, our young core, and then everyone's waiting for us to make the blockbuster trade. So I think we all know one's coming sooner or later. I don't know if that's going to be this season. I've heard rumors for De'Aaron Fox, who would be a great pickup, but I think the Kings were asking for Sohan to be a part of that trade package, and you're not getting Sohan from us. He's untouchable in my opinion. He would kind of be the Draymond Green type of player on our championship team. Once we start competing for championships, we're gonna need a kind of player like Sohan to be the connector there. He can guard 1 through 4 at a very high level, and all championship teams have a Jeremy Sohan type of player. So again, I'd love for us to get De'Aaron, but we're not trading Sohan from him if you ask me. I heard rumors about Jimmy Butler. I love Jimmy Buckets, but we don't want Jimmy Butler either. I think he's turning 37, and I think he wants a max contract. So I mean, we're not even, if we gave him a 3-year, or not even give him a 3-year max contract, and he's turning 40. Even like if we gave him a 2-year, I don't know if that's even a thing you can do, a 2-year max. We gave him good money for 2 years, and he's turning 39 at the end of it. I mean, if we're trying to compete for a championship this year, then I guess it would make sense to grab him for a year or two. But yeah, I don't think we're paying him max money for that. So yeah, I mean, kind of where I'm at, it's probably better for us just to finish in the 12 or the 13. 13 seed, 11 seed, whatever it is, and miss the playoffs, so we get a higher draft pick because we're supposed to get some good picks. We may get three first rounders. We have that Hawks pick. Um, so the worse the Hawks finish, the better. Of course, we might get a high pick from Atlanta, and then we're just retooling again. Um, just even more pieces to go into our championship years. Um, but yeah, I don't ever like using the word tanking. I don't think we so much intentionally tank in San Antonio. Maybe I'm wrong because we did get Wemby, and that was if you watch the season before we got Wemby, it didn't feel like we were tanking. To be honest, if you watch the games, just felt like we sucked. Our pieces didn't really go together. Whatever it was, our team just wasn't good, and our record was a result of us just not being good. But again, I guess that goes with the front office. They make sure to draft whatever players and play the rotations that aren't going to be super successful, so you can get Wembanyama or get players like him. But yeah, it's kind of where I'm at. I don't know if we should, try to make a trade and then try to make that 7, 8, 9, 10 seed. I think we can definitely make it into even the 7, 8 seed if we made a trade for an all-star, and we're really trying to do that this season. But again, it's better for our long-term plan if we finish and miss the playoffs, and then go ahead and get one of those higher draft picks. That's better for our future. Yeah, I kind of went through this on my last video, but yeah, we had an off night all around, honestly. Sohan had a good game, 5 for 7, 1 for 3 from 3. You can't really ask for more if he takes 3 threes every game, makes 1. That's all we can ask for. He's going to give us lockdown defense on the other end. If you're a Spurs fan and you watch the full games, you kind of know how valuable Jeremy is. It doesn't really show up on the stat sheet. Oh, excuse me. Like I was saying earlier, he's more of a Draymond Green style player where you might not see it all in the stats, but if you watch the game, you see the impact he has defensively. Again, he can guard 1 through 4, and any team can use a guy like him. Harrison Barnes, 3 for 8. Nothing crazy there. Wemby, 9 for 22, 4 for 11 from 3. He took one over Vucevic towards the end of the game. He crosses left, crosses right, and he pulls up, and he just happened to miss it for the tie. I think it was a bad look. People are always saying, "Oh, Wemby has to get in the post, this and that," but he probably weighs 235, 240 right now. I don't know. His center of gravity is pretty high, so people just get low like Westbrook did the other night and just give him trouble. But that's something he's still working on. Vassell, I love Vassell, but he's been really inconsistent lately, and it seems I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's getting a lot better. I'm not giving up on Vassell by any means. I think he's not as untouchable as Sohan, but he's another one of our guys. It's basically untouchable, at least for this year. I want to see us finish up the year, see what happens with Vassell. Hopefully he'll get his form back. I know he's a really good shooter and he's a very good scorer. But 5 for 14, 1 from 7 from 3. His 3 ball has been a bit off. To have 2 steals and 3 blocks, which is really good. Plays really good one-on-one defense, and he plays really good team defense as well. He's an underrated defender, I think. So yeah, he impacts the game in more ways than just offense. And like I said, he's been inconsistent for a while now. It seems like, but I think it's just a slump. I think he'll come out of his slump and get it going again. He's too good of a shooter and too good of a scorer not to. Let's see. Champagne here, 4 for 9, all threes. Love Julian Champagne. We're getting so much production for his contract. We're not paying him too much. So yeah, he's definitely sticking around with us. Long rangey defender, does really good on defense. He's a very good shooter. 90% from the free throw line. So, he's definitely a guy that we'd love to have around. He has a great impact on our team. Keldon Johnson, 5 for 10, 1 for 4 from 3. Every time Keldon shoots a 3, I'm kind of, he's, I guess every 3 is hit or miss, but he's hot, really hot from 3, or he's just totally cold and off. 1 for 4, so we'll take that one he hit. The 5 for 10. Yeah, we love Keldon, but I think he's probably one of the main pieces in our future trade package. Him, Zach Collins would probably be trade pieces. Possibly even Charles Bassey. He doesn't get too many minutes on our team, Bassey, but he brings really good energy, and I think he's a pretty solid backup player, backup big man. But yeah, Keldon, I feel like he just gets the ball and he gets tunnel vision. He's really talented as a scorer, and he's when he goes one-on-one with people, he usually just bullies them out of the way and gets a good shot in the lane. But like I said, he just gets tunnel vision. I feel like a lot. He makes a lot of breakdowns on defense where he loses his man or gets back cut, whatever it may be. But yeah, there's a lot of times where he'll drive the lane, and a lot of times he can't beat that guy one-on-one. Just put his shoulder into him and get to a layup. But you see someone wide open on the other corner, someone wide open in the wing, and he could have made the pass, and then they could have made another pass. And, that Spurs basketball, I've been watching the Spurs for so long, you just want to see the right basketball plays. And, unfortunately, more often than not, Keldon's not making the right basketball plays, but he's so talented. I feel like he has a lot of trade value for us. Longest tenured Spur. He's been here longer than any of our other Spurs players. But yeah, that's kind of the business. We're gonna have to put a trade package together for an all-star for Wemby, either late in this season before the deadline in February, or if not, probably early next season. If we're making a trade next season, I'd say it would have to be before January, honestly, so that way we can kind of get that player acclimated to our system. Because once we make that trade, we're going for a playoff push. We're trying to make the playoffs, and just get some playoff experience. I don't know if we'll make it out of the first round because we'll probably be maybe the 6, 7, or 8 seeds. We'll be playing Denver or OKC, maybe Minnesota if they get it together. One of those tougher teams. So, we'll kind of see how we keep developing, but that would be a tough matchup for us. But we got to get that playoff experience once we make that all-star trade. Yeah, I kind of went over in our last video. Zach LaVine killed us. He had 35 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, only 2 turnovers, just freaking on fire. Coby White just clutch step back 3 to cut the game to 3. Quick layup on Wemby to go up 1. Then he just dunked on Wemby nasty. To get them up 3, and the game was kind of over at that point. He had 4 steals, 23 points. I like Coby White. He's a good player. I thought he was like 6'3", honestly. He's 6'5", and then his hair makes him like 6'7", but I don't know what it is. He just looks he looks shorter out there for some reason. I thought he was like 6'3". But yeah, he's a baller. Nikola Vucevic, 11 rebounds, 24 points. He's an older veteran player now, but I've always liked Vucevic a lot. He's a really good big man, and he plays that bruiser bully ball, big man style. There's one where he got Wemby all the way under the hoop, where Wemby couldn't even go up with his hands. So he hit him on the rim, and Vucevic got an easy layup there. Yeah, I just wanted to go over the game again. I posted a video last night, but I was just still upset from that loss just happening to us. Yeah, I mean, going back over it, kind of my main points were that I was kind of getting, I guess, carried away. I think we all were with our success. We're winning some games. Wemby's taking that next step. Stephon Castle looks really good. Champagne's looking good. We're just looking good as a team. Um, and I think a lot of us here in San Antonio felt like that. Like, hey, let's make this trade. Let's make a trade for an all-star. We're all looking good as a team. We can make a playoff push and maybe definitely get in the play-in tournament if that's really what we want to do, or maybe make the 7 or 8 seed if that's really our goal, and we make that trade for an all-star player. But now again, like I was saying, um, I was watching another YouTuber's video, and he was saying before the season we're a 500 team. He's been consistent with that all year, even when we're winning games. And I think we were 2 wins above 500. Before we lost this game, we lost that last game to Denver. Even then, he's saying, we're a 500 team. We're just playing a little hot, but we'll come back down to kind of that 500 range. I don't know if I totally believe that. I feel like we can be a little better than a 500 team, but we definitely have 500 team habits. We're trying to work on those and get better. Um, just kind of get out those losing habits, because we kind of have some losing habits ingrained from these past few years. We just kind of got used to losing games. When you do that, you don't get that experience down the clutch in close games like this ended up being. Um, Another interesting thing I was hearing from Wemby, he was saying we don't feel uncomfortable if we're down 15 or down whatever amount. We feel confident we can come back. Um, and I agree with him, honestly, but when we're up 15, up 19, then we feel, I don't want to say nervous, but we don't feel as secure with that lead as I feel like we should. And that's true, because watching this game, I was honestly more nervous with us being up 15 than I was when we're down 15. Because if we're down 15 in the middle of the third, I'm probably thinking, hey, we're gonna make this game close. We're gonna keep fighting and get close. Get back into the game, which we usually do when we're down. But this time, we're up and we have the lead. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, we're just pretty much killing them that whole time. And then the fourth quarter comes along and we just blow it and just turn back into a 500 team and do our 500 team habits, like I was saying. Um, yeah, please let me know what you think below. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you got this far into the video, and just let me know what you think about what we should do going forward. Um, Again, I don't use the word tank, but I feel like it's going to be better if we miss the playoffs, honestly. And I hate to say it, because I feel like we have the talent to make the playoffs this year if we really want to do that. We can definitely make the play-in tournament. I have no doubt about that. We can probably make the 7 or 8 seed if we really push for that. And I feel like we can really do that. But like I was saying, for our future, it's probably going to be better for us just to miss the playoffs this year and then go for one of those those higher draft picks. We got Atlanta's pick, and then we have two more. One more that'll definitely be a first rounder. Then we might even get a third first rounder. So if we get 3 first round draft picks to add in with what we already have, and then we can put together a trade package to get another all-star alongside Wemby. Yeah, I think we'll be in good shape. But thank you again, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time.